Well, you would think.
Hey everyone,
like
it's Enderman here again, and today I'm going to be doing a test. Now, I'm sorry if this Enderman looks...
You would think they would just let them
Whoa!
walk.
Okay, so they don't think I'm your brother.
Lately,
Whoa!
Like the last couple of days, I've seen them again.
This has never happened before.
I'm
Whoa!
like, seriously?
See, I get it with like the elementary.
Where
like,
is
I
it?
mostly work with like 1st and 2nd graders. Like I get like their
little
parents
ones, I
put
get
them
that,
on the bus.
Yeah.
But like we've got one 5th grader, and his
Where'd it
parents
go?
pick him up because he lives so far out. The bus doesn't go there. But
Yeah.
like I can imagine him being allowed to like. He's huge. He outweighs me, and he's taller than me. Like I'm pretty sure he can walk down by himself.
Yeah, right. But I mean, I've seen the other ones. I mean, Shannon saw the other day. There was 3 of them walking in that direction, and then there was one boy, she says, that's walked that like the last 2 years. He gets off the bus and he walks that way. He's a 7th grader this year, I think Shannon said.
Well, the principal's different this year, right?
No, still Mr. Butler.
No? Oh, I saw a female lady there today.
Yeah, she's the new assistant principal.
Oh.
Yeah, Mr. Rinker is not a coach anymore? Or is
No,
he
he's
still a coach?
ISS.
He's ISS director now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he does ISS now, and then Bonnie Brown, I think, is the new assistant, and then Mr. Schleifer's wife works in the office too now.
Yeah, there was 2 1st graders.
I'm still getting used to Miss
on him.
Silver or whatever her name was that I had to talk to when I picked him up the first day of school when they didn't realize he wasn't on the bus. Me and her
That
clashed
one got
heads.
me.
Oh God, me and her
I mean, I
clashed
get
heads
it
that
was
day.
first day of school,
Right.
but that should indicate that, hey,
Check
it's
to
the
make sure
first day
everyone's
of
on the
school,
bus.
we need to make sure apparently Zachary wasn't the only one, though. There were several
Yeah.
parents sitting there when I left that had to go back to the school to get their children.
Yeah, it was
Because
Because
that.
they didn't check
That
the
stuff
list.
like makes my eye twitch. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
like,
I
oh.
was. I went up there and I was like, who do I talk to about the inconsistency of my son not being on the bus? I was like, that's uncalled for. I was like, that's not right. And then he's like, well, you got to go inside and talk to what's her name. So I went in there and talked to her, and she's like, well, 4th and up are responsible to get on the bus herself. I was like, it's the first day of school.
Yeah, they don't know what bus they're on.
And I'm
Well,
like,
they only have 2 buses at
Oh.
Shining Rock. And
Yeah.
one comes to the Waynesville area, and comes to the church, and then goes to the Boston Rest area. And then the other one goes to the Clyde Church and then to Canton Eagles.
Okay.
So they only have 2 buses. But still, either way, I mean,
they should have checked the list.
Because they
Even
used
Mr.
to.
Butler said to her, I should have checked
Check
the list. First day of school, she's like, well, they're responsible of knowing to get on there. She looks at Zach, do you know to ride the bus? And he goes, yeah, I do now, but I might forget. And then Mr. June said, I'll remind you. If you're not on there at a certain time, I'll just go, Zach, get your butt on the bus. I mean, she was mean. I was like, it's uncalled for. It's not right. It's just not
It just made me
right.
mad, because I even told Mr. Butler,
I
I
was
was like, I
irritated.
get it's the first day of school. And he's like, yeah, he's like, and that was my fault. He's like, I should have made sure to check the list, because he started looking, because Shannon got off, he's like, are you sure Zachary's supposed to be on the, he's like, oh, yep, there's his name. He's like, that's my fault, I didn't check the list. He's like, because apparently there's several kids that didn't get on the
Yeah,
bus.
she was quick to blame the children for not getting on the bus.
Right.
I mean, just
I
spot
can
on. And
understand
I'm
if
just
it was
like,
like 2 weeks down the road.
Right. Like, I get it. Maybe in a couple weeks you're not on the bus. Like, that's on you. But, I mean.
First day, I'm like, really? First day?
When I think about
Oh,
our
I was-
school, like, the school I work at, we've got, like, 6 buses that do 2 rounds.
Yeah.
And so, like, our kids all, like, the first week of school have, like, this little pin that
Yeah,
goes on their
tells you
jacket
which one,
with
yeah.
their bus on it because I
Yeah.
can't even keep them straight. But,
yeah, I mean, and she was just so quick. Well, the students should know. And I'm like, I told Jennifer and Jason, I was like, me and her aren't going to get along this year.
well, I mean, like, do you really expect a 9-year-old to get themselves on a bus? Like,
Right?
She's
That's
like,
what
well,
I said.
know I'm supposed to get on the bus. And Zach
my
was
mom
like, I
didn't
might
trust
forget
me
some
to,
days.
like, make toast at 9, like, let
He
alone
thought-
get on the bus.
Yeah, he thought the first day he was going to get picked up
Mhm.
because of us starting something that day. I can't remember what it was. Was it with Catherine?
Yeah.
The first day? Yeah, and she had to wait because I had to rush down there and get him because I
'Cause
just
he wasn't
happened to
here.
leave
Yeah.
early. And I was at Walmart or GameStop. And she's like, I need you to go get Zach. I'm like, I'll be there in a minute.
Right.
Yeah, because I didn't want to leave and then Catherine show up and nobody'd be here and her be like, where is everyone? So I told Beth, I was like, if you're already in town, will you go get Zachary while I wait on Catherine to get here?
And there's another day, either last year or the year before, Melissa was going to pick him up and meet me at Kmart. And she's like, they put him on the bus. I'm like, say what now? And I was already at
Yeah.
Kmart, not at the rest area, so I had to floor it
Right.
and get to the rest area.
That one was crazy because Melissa was like, are you sure Zachary's supposed to get picked up? I was like, yeah. I was like, we told him. I was like, I sent a note in his backpack. They didn't even check the note in his folder.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just left it at that.
They just put him on the bus. It was a Friday is what it was, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Because and this year they wouldn't do that. They had to ride a minimum of 3 days to be able to be on the bus this year.
Okay.
Because last year he rode the bus every Friday.
Yeah, just on
She pick him
Fridays.
up. So she pick him up at the Boston
Right.
Rest area. And
Well, they didn't give me any problem taking him out today. You must have
we-
called or
Well, I called. What time did you get there?
like 2:20.
Oh, then you got there way before I even called. Because I called at 2:30, like the minute I got off work. And she's like, oh, no, well, we can't let him go with her because you don't have a paper signed.
They didn't even ask to see my ID. So I flashed it, but it's not my Meridian ID. It's my like school ID. And
Because she told me, she's like, you need to write down what they're affiliated with and what her badge looks like. I was like, I don't know what her badge looks like.
Right.
I know
Didn't
she's
they have
affiliated
a trouble
with
with
Meridian.
Catherine when she went up there? They called
Jill.
and jumped. Jill.
Oh.
They called
Oh,
and
yeah,
jumped
they
on
called,
Jason
jumped,
about
and-
that.
Yeah, when Jill went up there, they called.
yeah,
and
because she
they
says she
pitched a
has
fit.
lunch with him.
Yeah, they pitched a fit
They
on
pitched
Jason.
a
You
fit.
didn't tell us that here.
I was like, I didn't know I was supposed to. I was like, I told his teacher that he has therapists that's supposed to be coming up to the school.
Right.
She's like, well, you have to let someone other than the teacher know. I was like, since when? I was like, the teacher's the one that she has to see. I mean, obviously,
Right.
she has to go to the office and check in. I was like, but, I ain't never had that problem before.
Let any other faculty member know, front office or somebody.
Because, what was it, last year? No, it was this year. Well, no, it was last year,
Or,
technically.
yeah,
when
30.
Jillian would go up there. They never asked.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah,
we told
now
them
she's
Jillian's
stationed
supposed to
there all
come
the
up
time.
there.
Mhm.
She's coming, and they were fine with it because we told them during one of the counseling, one of the meetings, yeah, she's going to come up here and see him. And she called, and of course she was harassed. She was like
She was
us.
harassed, Miss Inman.
We would get on
Constantly
to
hold
Miss
of her.
She was all on top of that woman. Make sure he fills this. You fill that paper out. Did you fill this paper out? She was texting and sending notes, and I was like, did you fill that paperwork out? So
We had
Jill
to
was
because
on
she
it.
wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
last
you
year.
said there was a lot of stuff that she just didn't do.
So, yeah,
Fortunately,
we all
he's with a better
clashed.
teacher this year.
Yeah.
Mr. Gas was awesome. I like Mr. Gas. Shannon loved him.
Mr. June now.
Well, I know.
Yeah,
It's still Mr.
we
Gas
could
to
call
me.
him Mr. Gas at the Euclid.
Well, and
It's
that's what
Mr.
the guy, I
Jones.
was like, I can't remember who his teacher is. And so the guy was like, he's in June's class. And I was like, I didn't understand what he was saying. And so I just typed J until I like found one that looked similar. It's like, I think that's what he said. Well, I'll give you guys a call probably Monday or Tuesday when I figure out next week's schedule. I know Sean's supposed to be taking over soon.
Okay.
But I don't know what that looks like or when he's doing that. So.
Yeah, Amy has a new one too. We have to go meet
But I
with her
can't believe I
Monday.
got killed by an enderman,
Oh,
so.
at the high school?
Yeah, guys.
Or, I have to meet
That's
with
it for
him
today's video.
here, I think he said.
Goodbye.
And the other